Hi Pisces, welcome to your March 2019 relationship reading. It's Rena here. I think when I was doing this reading, or starting this reading just a few seconds ago, I was not specifying that this is for people in troubled relationships and for those who have broken up with somebody and maybe they want to get back together with them. If you're a single person looking for a love reading, I do have single readings already posted for March, so just check my channel. Let me begin. So the heart of the matter is the Queen of Cups. This is a card of being in tune with your psychic abilities. This card actually connects with Cancer, and so that was part of the reason why I started over again, because I started acting like you were a single person. And actually, in terms of a transit in Cancer, we have the North Node transiting in your 5th house of romance. So there's always a possibility that you have met somebody that you consider your soulmate and you're still in a marriage. And so for those people who take offense at me just very casually talking about infidelity, I don't take it casually at all. I don't endorse it whatsoever, but I know it exists. And so I'm going to mention it. And I also want to pose a question to those of you who think that marriage is the end-all be-all. If you get married and you realize that you don't love your partner, should you stay in that marriage? That's just something for you to ponder. You can, answer me below if you want, but I just thought that I would bring that out because I think sometimes people do make mistakes when they choose a partner, and whether they get legally married or not, if they're living with them, they're having a child with them, it does happen, and it's a shame, but it happens. And I think the best approach is to simply be honest about it without being brutally honest, maybe, and saying that, you don't think that the two of you are compatible and you want them to find somebody that is appropriate for them, which is the truth. And I don't endorse cheating. I think that's a passive-aggressive and ineffective way of going about things, but I'm just trying to call it like I see it. This could also be a situation where you sense that something is amiss in your relationship and you are, it's underneath the surface, but you might still be denying it, Pisces, because you have that tendency to not see what you don't want to see. In the past position, we have the 10 of Pentacles. This is a card of financial abundance or affluence. So maybe you married somebody because they had money, and I don't mean it in this horrible way like you're this scum-ridden gold digger. I mean, I always laugh when people just talk about people online and they go, oh, that person's such a gold digger. Well, what if you come from a low-income background and, it's almost getting traumatized by not having enough money? People really need to be more sophisticated before they judge others, because you never know what is going on in somebody's head, and it might not be malicious. They might just be doing it because the issue of money was overemphasized for them by not having enough money. So it's hard for some people to realize how important money is when you don't have it. It's easy when you have money to just take it for granted. So just that could be something that you did and that lured you in. That was something that attracted you to this person, but now you realize that this person, it's not enough. You know what I mean? And that happens a lot. And I think that's a great spiritual lesson for people, is that it's not enough. The other thing, too, is this could describe, I think, a Capricorn. Because, it's Pentacles, so it's Earth. The other Earth signs are Virgo and Taurus. And 10. And Capricorn's the 10th house. So let's talk about, I think that's the last scenario that I was referring to, talking about you suspecting that something is up, is more like it, because more than you falling in love with somebody else, because we have here the higher message, the Ten of Swords, which is a card of betrayal. And this is what I was saying, that sometimes Pisces don't want to see certain things that are unpleasant to them, and so they may look the other way. But the Queen of Cups, that psychic part inside of yourself, keeps nagging at you and kind of forcing you to really look at what is happening. And you may resist it, but it's not going away. And you probably realize that. What crosses you is represented by the Six of Wands. And this is a card of feeling like you have failed at something. Okay? And this is one of the common pitfalls that I think is why people stay in relationships that have kind of gone south, is because they think that it reflects upon them in a negative way, which it doesn't. And usually I don't think about this in terms of a Pisces individual, because you're not one of the signs that's associated with being egotistical and having that excessive pride. Actually, the Six of Wands may connect with Leo. So if there is somebody who is a Leo person who is bad for you that you are involved with, that could be talking about that individual, or maybe their sun is not in Leo. Maybe it's their moon or their rising sign. But they definitely give off that Leo vibe, because Leo is one of those signs that's very powerful. But a fire sign vibe, to make it more general, so that would also include Aries and Sagittarius. And you may feel like this person, if this is the same person who is your partner, you may think that they are the one for you, but you have to really look at what it is that has transpired in the relationship to see if that is a realistic desire. Because sometimes, you know, it's a free country. You can have a desire, but that doesn't mean that it's realistic. And really, it's such a waste of time to pine away for somebody that doesn't have your best interests at heart. So, not sure exactly what's going on for you, Pisces, which is kind of like pretty symbolic of Pisces being ruled by Neptune. There's no, sometimes there's confusion, and there's like half fantasy, half reality, and nebulousness. And so maybe I'm tapping into that by this reading, seeming that it could be a number of things. Usually I try to stick to one theme, but in this particular case, my best guess is that this has to do with you also, I would say, wanting true love. I mean, with this double feminine energy, with the cups, we're always talking about the soul connection, okay? And as I stated, with the North Node transing your 5th house, you may meet somebody in the next year or even longer who is more of a connection with you. And if you are currently married or involved with somebody, that might make you unavailable. So right now you need to decide what is it that you're looking for in life, Pisces, and not to just engage in wishful thinking where you just you want something to be true, so you just like are kind of hoping against hope that it's going to come true, when it doesn't have any kind of realistic possibility, because there's just too many factors that are against it. And usually when I see the Queen of Cups, I wonder if you're feeling that somebody is actually lying to you and telling you falsehoods. What is coming in is represented by the 10 of Cups. So this is a very positive card for emotional well-being, and this is the happily ever after card. Now, it's funny, now in getting this card, I'm going back to my first premise that, you know, have you met somebody that you really love and you're still married and it's out of a sense of duty, or because you just feel like you don't want to go there yet. It's just too messy to contemplate, turning your life upside down for something. So it's easier maybe to have an affair and to just prolong the inevitable. And one thing I want to go back to that 10 of Swords, that betrayal card. In this scenario, the 10 of Swords is saying to you, know, if you continue on this path and your partner finds out, they're going to feel a profound sense of betrayal, because not only are you going outside of the relationship, but you're also deceiving them. So this is one of the other reasons why it's so important to be upfront with the other person. Okay, so that's now I'm thinking to myself, I'm wondering if that's more of the scenario for some of you. The outcome is the 8 of Swords, and that's why I picked another card, because this is a card of a feeling of self-imposed prison or restriction. And swords relate to thoughts. So it can feel like you might be telling yourself that it's somebody else's fault that you are stuck in this relationship. And meanwhile, it really is because you have a hard time being direct. You know, Pisces, the symbol of the fish swimming in opposite directions. It's not necessarily easy for you to kind of take charge of situations because you don't want to hurt the other person too. That's the other ironic thing, is that in trying to prevent hurting someone, you could be going behind their back, and you know, if they find out, and there might be a good possibility that they're going to find out, then they would be devastated. So you may be telling yourself certain things to justify not being able to take action on this. And then I picked an additional card, and I got the Knight of Cups. This is a card that offers love. And so I feel like you're going to choose this other person, if this is that scenario that is most likely for you. And in the other scenario, I think that even if you're the one that you feel is being cheated on, that you will also have the opportunity for love. Because the Knight of Cups is a card of somebody who is very chivalrous and could be a literal water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who gets you. Maybe this other person doesn't get you. Maybe they're not sensitive enough to you. And so they don't care what you think. You know, they really don't care if you're hurting. And it makes it easier for them to do what they're doing. So either way, I think that you will have what you want with the 10 of Cups, Pisces. But I'm not going to say that it's an easy path to that. It requires you to step up to the plate either way, whether you're the one who is suspecting something or if you're the one who is stepping outside of the relationship, that you need to have a serious talk with your partner and decide where you're going to go from there if you're wanting to move on with your life and embrace love, you know, because the Knight of Cups is offering it to you. So anyway, that's what I have for you, Pisces. I hope that you enjoyed this. If you'd like a personal reading, the link is below. Have a great March. Happy birthday. Bye.